Have you ever thought of what you would do if you were in a job and couldn't go to work? Or even worse, couldn't get paid? Workers' compensation laws are in place so that employees injured on the job receive compensation for their injuries. However, sometimes employers and employees disagree on what amount of compensation is fair. With us today is a local attorney who will inform you on how to keep legal rights protected.
Well, when you're hurt on the job, the first thing you're supposed to do is tell the employer. Then the next thing that you need to do is, of course, if you're hurt real bad, go to the emergency room. Next thing is that the employer is supposed to send you to a doctor within 3 days. Now, if the employer doesn't send you to a doctor within 3 days, your own doctor. And the employer/insurance company is going to pay for the doctor treatments. The entitlement to workers' compensation benefits is basically by law. It's so much money for weekly and so much money for permanent. However, the person that ultimately decides how much you're going to get is the judge. And that's the ultimate decider of fact. It's one judge in a courtroom, and usually it's you, the attorney for the insurance company, and your attorney, and then the judge will make that decision. In Oklahoma, the workers' compensation treats minors and adults the same. However, when a minor is only working part-time and going to school, the benefits can be increased by the future earning capacity of that minor. However, that's only done by the judge and can be done on a limited basis. In Oklahoma, the workers' compensation law allows you to receive all your medical free from the insurance company and employer, so you don't have to pay for any medical at all. Next, entitled to a weekly benefit, 70% of your average weekly wage while you're off being treated by a doctor. The next thing is, if the injury is persistent and you have to live with it for the rest of your life, you may be entitled to permanent partial disability. If the injury is so severe that you're unable to work, then you may be entitled to permanent total disability, which pays you the rest of your life. Now, under permanent partial disability, if you're unable to go back to the same job, you can also receive vocational rehabilitation in the state of Oklahoma. Now, all those are decided by the workers' compensation court or judge, and the judge the doctor's reports, and that's how the judge makes the decision. In Oklahoma, you of course have to be off work for 3 days before you start receiving temporary total disability benefits. The employer then has 10 days in which to start paying the check or contest the claim. If the insurance company does not pay you within that 10 days, you have the right workers' compensation court and have a judge decide whether your case is compensable or not. In Oklahoma, in workers' compensation, a lot of times the employer will tell them they don't qualify. They're worried about their job. They're worried about everything dealing with workers' compensation. Well, the first thing they need to do is call somebody who knows exactly what they're doing in workers' compensation, like ourselves, and we can help them proceed through the workers' compensation case.
When appearing in court, it is important to know the definitions of commonly used terms and phrases. A court order is an official proclamation by a judge that requires that certain actions be completed